Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Roy Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. We all look at the powers like super strength, super speed, X-ray vision as the kinds of powers that we want to have. But there are loads of underrated superheroes with powers out there that may initially come off as dumb, yet are actually extremely useful, and if harnessed the correct way, really powerful as well. So let's take a look at the top 10 stupid superhero powers that are actually powerful. Well, that is a title. In the number 10 spot, we have GOLDSTAR. Ernest Whittle is basically the polar opposite of Lobo. He is clean cut and kind, and this is literally his superpower. He's a nice guy. Seems pretty lame, right? The bad guys don't care how nice you are, nice guys finish last. But he emits these niceness vibes in an attempt to get others to turn kinder and moralistic. Maybe he wasn't the best example of how to utilize a power like this, but imagine a superhero with a niceness power strong enough to affect countries. Maybe then we would finally accomplish world peace. Coming in at number 9 is Matter Eater Lad. Quickly becoming one of my new favorites, Tenzil Kem has the ability to eat anything. Literally anything. Not only does this make him an elite Yelp reviewer, but time and time again he has saved himself and friends from certain death. Whether it's eating his way out of a prison, or devouring the Miracle Machine to save the universe, Matter Eater Lad's got it covered. I mean, the Miracle Machine thing only drove him insane for a few years. Not a big deal. Next at number 8 we got Almighty Dollar. J. Pennington Pennypacker was just your average accountant until he enrolled in a self-esteem camp that was actually a testing field for mad scientists. What else is new? After the scientists used a superpower granting device on Jay, he developed the ability to shoot loose change from his wrist. That's right, endless amounts of small change. Who says you can't throw money at your problems? Except I highly recommend he stay out of Canada if he wants to be able to actually use those pennies. In the number 7 spot is CYPHER. Doug Ramsey is a mutant with the ability to understand any language he comes into contact with. This includes written, spoken, computer, and even body language. While in the world of superpowers it seems he got the short end of the stick, in real life application this is an extremely useful and important power. Breaking through the language barrier has many utilities, from finding the bathroom in a foreign country to making sure no one can ever talk bad about you right in front of your face. Coming in at number 6 we have Doorman. Damar Davis is a Great Lake Avenger with the interesting mutant ability to create doorways through his body into basically any structure. Yes, the creation of doors doesn't exactly scream exciting, but when it comes to stealth attacks or entering target after closing hours, Doorman is your guy. And imagine the look on your enemies' faces when you break into their super secret layers time after time. Next up at number 5 is Black Cat. After Felicia Hardy made a deal with Kingpin, she was granted the ability to bestow bad luck upon her enemies. This seems extremely open-ended and abstract, but anyone who has ever walked under a ladder or a broken mirror or come across a black cat and suffered a string of bad luck knows how debilitating it can be. And you don't even have to look like the guilty one if your enemy just happens to get hit by a truck by crossing an empty freeway. Up next at number 4 is Dog Welder. This one is a little questionable, but also maybe the strongest combat-wise on the list. Dog Welder never speaks, never shows his face, and has the ability, if you can call it that, to weld dead dogs to people. It seems insane, it is insane, but if you had a dead dog welded to your face, you would probably be down for the count in an instant. So if you want the ability to traumatize your enemies beyond the point of returning an attack, dog welding is the way to go. Also, please don't. In the number 3 spot we have Chlorophyll Kid. Raoul Benham accidentally fell into a tank of hydroponic serum, and with this came his newfound power to stimulate plant growth. No, this doesn't exactly strike fear into the hearts of villains, but sometimes with these powers we need to look beyond combat use. Imagine if we had a real-life Chlorophyll Kid who could grow endless amounts of fruit and vegetable-bearing plants. We would never have to face starvation again. This alone makes his power one of the most useful out there. Coming in at number 2 is Aquaman. We don't always do this guy justice. To be fair, no one really does. Thanks a lot, super friends. But today we're going to clear the air around the whole talking to fish thing. Aquaman doesn't just have nice little chats about the weather, rather he mentally summons them to do his bidding, and this sounds a lot more formidable when you remember that sharks are fish too. You don't want to mess with Aquaman when he's got his shark posse around. And finally, in the number 1 spot we've got Superman. Alright, hold up, doesn't this guy have basically all the top-notch powers? In short, yes, but he also had one power for a while that seems insanely dumb, but actually has a lot of utility. Back in Superman number 125, Superman's new power, our hero had the ability to shoot mini Superman from his fingers. So now Superman has the ability to create his own sidekick at his will. But most importantly, he gains the ability to always have a friend by his side. One that gets more attention than he does, and eventually he tries to kill it, but there's nothing like having a friend at all times. So those were the top 10 stupid powers that are actually powerful. Let me know in the comment section down below, what weird power would you love to have? My name is Rory Destroya, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.